automated background to my life. That's what the world is. Buses move, traffic moves, people move, shops work, stuff goes on, I can see it. But none of it is real. It's just the background to my life experience. Sometimes we interact, our paths cross. Most of the time, I simply move through it, aware of it loosely, limiting sensory input where possible, so that it isn't so real to me. Its noise and its intensity and its activity and the speed in which people are moving and things that need to happen in the way they do. It only seems real and is real for them, but it isn't real for me. It is the background to my experience. And it's strange because when I compare it to experiences of life I've had before, where I have literally eliminated all of that, so that what's left is nature, natural, stillness, timelessness, ancient. And I love that. I also miss the background noise. Even though I don't want to let too much of it in, especially audibly. And I don't look at much, so I suppose visually too. But without it entirely, something is missing. If I simply look at nature, the leaves on the trees, the plants in the ground, the sky moving across, nature just doing its thing, calm as it is, watching a sunset right the way down to the horizon without taking my eyes off it. Very soon, the need for more is sought after. Not that I wish to engage in it, because in most cases to engage in it creates such a sensory overload that it is just okay if I observe it, not judge it, not interfere with it, just allow it to be just as I wish that it allows me to be, so that I can be and it can be and we can be, except it is a different world to me. I only appear to be similar to what it is they do and how they do it. And what it is they do and how they do it would be strange if it wasn't happening. If right now, suddenly, in this moment, all cars, buses, people ceased to be. Might feel wonderful for a few minutes until I get used to it, and then I'll miss the activity, as if somehow without it I'm not the same. So it must be just as much a part of my world, even though I'm not really a part of it, except loosely, peripherally. It somehow is a part of me. Each one involved in their own life, on their own journey, going to work, picking up something, going here, meeting them. Normal life that I have no idea about, but perhaps could understand the ideas behind it if I knew. Each individually doing it, interacting, flowing, so that all can do what it is they do without interfering with anybody else's doing. For me, standing in a field as I am now, not far from town, not far from everything, so that when I leave this field, I don't talk anymore. There would be no point. It would be too noisy, too much distraction. But there are things that I notice, and they may create thoughts. And later I might do something with those thoughts. But this is where I talk about things. This is where I can let things out, because it's okay to do it. And there's a nice background when I'm further away, as I usually am, from the traffic. A nice background of bird song and natural sounds, and that's a nice background to any talking. It's been a long time since I've sat with nature and felt peaceful with it. Not since I left Hertfordshire, really, and not really since Mum died. Not really. Sure, I've sat in the garden and I've walked amongst nature, but there was an impending inevitability of approaching homelessness, and so to somehow ignore that was almost avoiding it somehow, burying my head in the sand. In order for me to be at peace in this moment, there can't be anything weighing on me. There can't be anything pulling at me, wanting me to do something with it, demanding its attention, something I've put off, something I still need to do. All of that can't be present, and when it isn't, then I can be in the moment in whatever way I feel able to be, without those thoughts interfering. And to me, that's peace. That's what it means to be at peace. Now that the weather's warmed up, summer is approached, I can be outside slowly, move very slowly, stay comfortable no matter how slowly I move or how long I sit. Come upon somebody practicing their horn playing in the park, just randomly, and they're not bad, while his wife and tiny child play with a little ball. He's practicing. I sit on the bench and listen for 15-20 minutes. He notices at first and starts to go through some repertoire that he knows. I'm his audience, unexpected, and I'm listening, and he knows it, and that changes how he plays. Normally, when I'm in the park, I don't even bother to take my earplugs out. I'm so used to the silence when I come to the park. It is total silence, because traffic noise and people noise, which always makes its way in, is not there anymore. Bird noise is not there either. It's just silence. But my ears could do with a break from having something shoved in them all the time. And so in that moment of letting the air circulate down the ear canal, suddenly I come across a trumpet player. Never heard him before. No one else plays music in the park. And it was nice to sit on a bench which was close enough to him but far enough away not to be too close, and just be present. Watch him play. Practice. Get better. It was good.